Hey everyone, just want to let you know I'm going to take the plunge. After being on Linux Mint for about 2 weeks now, on a dual boot Windows alongside the Linux Mint OS, I've been experiencing issues with trying to have multiple applications going on at the same time. These are resource intensive applications. So I want to have a full partition dedicated to Linux Mint and see whether it really improves the performance. So I'm going to be going through and doing the process that's necessary to install it completely. Here I go. Here's the partition that I'm wiping out completely. The one that starts with SQ. And here are all the files that exist in that partition. They're Windows files. And the file system over here is the Linux Mint operating system partition. So take a good look, because this is all going to change in a couple hours. Okay, this is my USB containing Linux Mint 14 OS, and I have my computer off and I'm getting ready to turn it on and reboot the whole system with my new operating system. Okay, I'm going to hit F12 to get to the BIOS. And now I am going to go to number 3. Oh, actually number 5. USB. Sorry about that. I'm so used to working with my CDs and DVDs lately, so here I go. Press enter. Got the Linux Mint screen, and I'm going to start Linux Mint. I don't know about you, I'm getting really excited about this, because I really enjoyed working with that operating system, and I think with the applications that I downloaded Mono, which is equivalent to Microsoft.net, so you can imagine how resource intensive that was, and Inkscape, that's very resource intensive, and Screencaster. And then all at the same time, I've been working on Google with multiple tabs open on YouTube and Blogger, and so I just want to make sure that I have maximum performance, because things kind of came to a crawl when multiple things were going on at the same time, so I just want to improve everything. Okay, so now we're at that screen where I can choose. Okay, before I choose to install Linux Mint, you can see that by default I have the home folders, the file system, and then that SQ partition, which is the Windows partition. And I believe the 67 gigabyte is what I allocated for Linux Mint initially. So now I'm going to install the system permanently. So I'm going to double click on that icon. Okay, it brings me to the welcome screen, and I am going to select English and click on continue. And it says, for best results, please ensure that this computer has at least 5.7 gigabyte available drive space. I have way more than that. This is 120 gigabyte. Make sure it's plugged into a power source, is connected to the internet. Check, check, check. Click on continue. Okay. Now it says, this computer currently has multiple operating systems on it. What would you like to do? I have three choices. Install Linux Mint alongside them, erase disk and install Linux Mint, or something else, which means you can resize the partitions for yourself or choose multiple partitions for Linux Mint. I'm going to choose the second one. Erase disk and completely erase it and install Linux Mint. So here I go. 200 gig. Cool. 4 partitions will be deleted using the advanced partitioning tool for more control. So I'm going to install now. Okay, where am I? I'm going to change this later, but I'm in the New York time zone. Although I don't live in New York, I'm in the Midwest. I'm going to click on continue. Keyboard layout, US. So I'm going to click continue. And name, password, so I'm going to type this all in. Okay, I typed in my password and I have a choice of logging in automatically, which I don't want to do. I want to have my password required, and then you have the option of encrypting your home folder, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click on continue. Okay, I'm going to pause this video because it might take a while. Now we get to the point where you can, if you have a webcam, choose to have your picture associated with your username or not. And I'm deciding not. Okay, now we're to a point where you can choose what picture you want associated with your user name. I've decided to just have a generic one, so I'm just going to select this and then click on the continue button. Okay, and now it brings me to the Welcome to the Linux Mint screen. And now it has a slideshow showing us around the computer. It's like a little mini tour or preview as the computer's going through its motion installing here. The installation showed complete on the previous screen. Sorry I missed out on that. Now it's rebooting the computer. And there we go, the familiar login screen. So I'm going to type in my password. Well, actually, my user ID. Then I type in my password. Now I have a full permanent installation of Linux Mint dedicated to one hard drive. Welcome. So on the left there's some documentation, second column is a support, third is about the project, and fourth is about the community. I'm going to close this, and here I go. So now I see I have three icons. There's no longer the Windows icon, so if I click on File System, I won't see a Windows partition. Okay, and then I'm going to check the disks and see I have 200 gig completely dedicated to Linux Mint. So there I go, all set to go, and load all my resource intensive applications and see what happens.